My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Slice and Dice. It's time to go into hard mode. Choose a curse. Hang on, again. First off, we will look at our classes. We have Scoundrel, high max HP. We have Brigand, reasonably high max HP. I mean, a total of 5. Defender with a total of 7. Acolyte. I'm leading us in a direction by what I'm pointing out here. I should actually be broad in my searches here. We have a little bit of AoE. We have a little bit of vulnerability. We have some exert large hits, a little bit of self-shielding on the Brigand, just straight up defensive spaces on the Defender. Acolyte with some max HP as well as Cleave on the heal. So Cleave again, possible setups for Cleave. The Cultist with the ability to gain a huge amount of mana very, very quickly, but take pain while doing so. Also the ability to deal 3 damage to an ally in order to deal 2 damage to the topmost enemy. So the ability to take out like an archer and things like that are in the top much, much higher. Undying monsters. All monsters cannot be killed on the first turn. I would... that intrigues. That intrigues, because that asks you to be better at defending, better at healing, and better at, effects that will ramp up over the course of a fight rather than instantaneous impact effects. There's also -1 reroll. That seems that seems like too much. Seems ridiculous in the amount it would affect us. All monsters, after taking damage, they self-shield for 2. That seems bad as well. And then finally, start damaged. All heroes have one of their 2 max HP starting empty. I think we'll take start damaged. It's going to be hard for the Cultist. The Acolyte has the ability to give us a little bit of health on some of our characters, as well as this restore for heal 1 to all allies. So we can start leaning on upgrades that will give us the ability to do a lot more healing with our red class, and in fact we should. Characters that have the ability to self-heal or self-shield and things like that are also going to be of a higher priority here. I'm into it. I think it's going to make for some interesting, unique considerations over the course of this. Ooh, Defender gets their full defense space. Love that there. 5 damage, 1 and then 5 on the boar. Actually, so it's 1 and 4. Oof. Not great. I kind of want the Brigand to do the self-shielding and attacking space if possible. There we go. Okay. Send in 2 damage from the Brigand, and then the Cultist can send in the final 3. Using the undirected cut there. And then the next turn could not be simpler. I have 1 extra mana left over, so I already have the ability to kill a character if I need to. That kills one of them. And those kill the other. Beautiful. More ways for characters to heal. Hang on. Sounds slightly high on my side there. Let me just make this slightly quieter. My apologies. I have to manually do this each time because I'm still doing it through YouTube, which I also listen to video essays on every single day. Ooh, Disciple. Disciple, that's really, really interesting. Heal 2, double use, as well as the ability to revive the topmost defeated allies. So the possibility is that we come into a fight and then, the enemies just all target the same person and just immediately take them off of the field, and I have a bad time. But this gives me the ability to bring them back on full HP. Also, the heal 2 double use, that's heal 4. That's really, really good as a first side for us to roll there. The Brute also is offering the ability to self-damage and self-shield, but they're actually surprisingly less effective in this mode because stun an enemy with equal or less HP than you is going to trigger significantly less often when the Brute does not come in at a full 8 HP. Let's take the Disciple there. Up against a wolf and 3 rats. I kind of want Disciple to take the self space here, because then the Cultist can die and then revive themselves. And I want to see that happen. Brigand, you instantly taking a fool off the field here would be really helpful. Okay, Cultist dies, Disciple brings the Cultist back. Then the Cultist is still taking damage. It doesn't even remove the targeting from the wolf. Oh, I was really hoping it would remove the targeting from the wolf. kill that rat. And then a cut and a burst kills that wolf. And then we can save the defender as well. And then we just got the rat. I want to do a bunch of revivals this run. This seems the right time for it. Everyone coming in a little bit damaged at the start of the fight seems a good setup. I'm going to now glow, which is the Disciple spell. For 2 mana, replace blank sides with heal and shield 3 this turn. Exerts will also have blank sides, so those are all going to help me out here. And then the Scoundrel most often rolls blank sides as well. Nice way for us to get a little bit of usage out of those sides that otherwise would have gone wanting. This is already enough for the kill, so I'm not going to mess around with it. Victory plus 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 plus. Unlocks a new mode, Old, which I will not be using right now. Emerald Shard, gain the effect of all other tier 2 items on other heroes. So I have no tier 2 items. That could be Nate. Disciple. Heal 2 double use. I would not be able to lock the Disciple. I would not be able to lock their die at all, but... I'm going to take the Emerald Shard and just hope that I get something that makes it worthwhile. And in fact, we immediately do, because choosing the Emerald Shard once has unlocked an item, Polished Emerald. Gain the effects of all of the tier 0 to 3 items on other heroes, not potions. Neat. 2 Thorns. Oh boy, this is actually tough. Thorns are... they deal 5 damage to us when we strike them. So none of my characters can currently attack a Thorns without dying to the Thorns. I'm gonna have the cultist... well, actually, do I want the cultist to have that effect? If the Disciple can revive them, I guess. Yeah, the Disciple can revive them. Neat. Yeah, Brigand cannot even survive attacking one right now. Oof. We will avenge you. Let's use a glow here in order to save the cultist. If I burst, the Brigand can then attack 1? Is it okay to attack for 1? The thing is, most of my characters can only do attacks for about 1 damage. Ugh, that's one big problem we have. We need the Scoundrel to upgrade into someone who's doing decent damage pretty soon. Same for the Brigand, basically. Okay, if the Disciple gets its mana, and we can use that mana in order to heal up and then defend a target who then attacks an enemy, that's enough to help remove one from the field. Although I'll need a blank side, which I just threw away. Well, actually, hang on. Is it... we already have the negative that you get for coming into a fight with a death in the previous fight, right? That's already occurring to us right now. So would it occur again? Like, if my characters die, am I getting no penalty for it right now? Just gonna get rid of the Brigand. If I shield you, I can then burst and get enough to double defend the Scoundrel. Oh, but then when you attack, you still die. And then I'm gonna double burst the defender to keep them alive, and then they finish the enemy off. Okay, no, actually it just makes it significantly worse. The characters that died in the previous fight now come in with 1 HP. Oh boy. I need big damage number. None of these is big damage number. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Trapper being able to dodge is pretty good. Being able to remove a target on 4 or less. Yeah, I mean, all of those are helpful, but... oh boy. What our best damage right now is making a target vulnerable and then casting a bunch of spells at them, but the cultist is incapable of generating as many spells as I want on turn 1. Oh, okay, start damage is a tough modifier, but we know more about it now, at least. Man, pretty much everyone hitting their absolute most banging side. I'm going to lock right now and see how I can progress through this turn. We're looking to keep the cultist alive. And a cut burst kills the wolf. This doesn't allow us to keep the trapper alive. If I don't use cut burst, if I use burst and then exhausting attack, I can then keep the alpha alive at the end of that. Was the vulnerability needed then? So if I make you... Well, hang on. Go back to before the vulnerability. If I give you as much damage as you need, 3, and then with cut and burst, I can still get the wolf down, but I wouldn't be able to defend afterwards. I think the trapper should push a little here. I think everyone else holds, though. Yep, that's way better. So that gives us the ability to use a single cut, and then just the snipe to remove that wolf, which saves us an extra 3 damage. We can throw to the alpha instead. And we do need the ability to start working that alpha down. I mean... You know, the best damage we have against them is the possibility of... Oh, yikes. Yeah, we're probably losing the defender here, right? It's theoretically possible we keep him alive, I guess. Best damage we can do against the alpha is take them down to 4 HP and then kill them in a single instance. I mean, that's the most dense damage side I have. One turn too early on that revive space there. I'm going to go for a glow here so that I can heal and defend the defender. Pretty significant amount. And cut is a cooldown ability, so I do want to use it every turn where it's available. Boy, this fight could have been a lot worse for us if the enemy decided to use AoE attacks more commonly than they did. I got pretty lucky in this fight. I think it's important to note when you are the beneficiary of randomness and variance rather than just the non-beneficiary, the deneficiary. I'm certain there's a word for that. A malneficiary. Sure, why not? It's a square wheel, replace 3 red sides with gain 1 reroll cantrip and blank blank. I don't know anyone who's happy missing out on the middle side. Regen potion. Oh no, but if I don't take the square wheel, I have nothing that activates the Ambreld. Okay, I've got to take a random tier 2, because the other one's a potion. Origami. Well, I can muss up a bunch of people's stuff. Ha 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 ha, there we go. Got him, buddies. I don't know what that's going to do for us. Nothing. It's going to do nothing for us. Hopefully it does something for us in the future. That would be nice. So Soodle. Top line. Currently dealing 5 damage to the Disciple. That takes them out. That is not good for me. I can kill it with a vulnerability. And then a 2 damage and a 1 damage. An instance of 1 damage can come from the cultist, an instance of 2 damage can come from multiple different people. I mean, like, if the Disciple heals the cultist and the Brigand, each, then I can keep them alive just off of the Disciple's action there, which means I'm not using mana for the continuation of the Ludus attack, which means Brigand needs to roll damage, or Defender also needs to roll damage, or the Brigand needs to roll Exert. That actually makes it harder. think I need to push. Wait, that's enough to do it, right? 1, 2, 3. We have to use an extra instance of damage, but then I can heal both the Brigand and the Cultist out of death range, and then we just have 1 Ludus left. Oh man, I would love to be able to use that on the Cultist this round. And now I can. And in fact, now we don't even need to. Ludus goes away, and then the statue runs. Sorry, statue runs, the goblin runs. But speaking of statue, statue! Statue starting with 10 HP. Like, that's 10 HP they lose, rather than 4 that Glacier would lose for being on half HP. I think I have to take Glacier here. The ability to shield a target as well as give mana gain, as well as weaken, very, very important tools to have in my toolkit right now. Especially considering the Cultist is so laborious to use at this point. So resource intensive to actually get back up off the ground. A snake and a slate. Full 3 defense from the defender. Glacier, I would prefer you have the ability to weaken a target this turn. But do I want to turn down what you're currently offering? Probably not. That's why. Because the Trapper has the ability to kill the snake with 3 of their different sides there. The vulnerability or the kill an enemy with the HP conditioning. But actually, that's the least important thing to do right now, isn't it? Oh no, but I can't. Never mind. I don't have the kill an enemy with 4 or less. I was thinking, wait, but I can kill the slate. But I rolled the vulnerability, so I have to kill this target. Which is fine. We prevent incoming healing problems. I'd like to give more people more max HP as well. So the Brigand's not going to be able to do anything this turn. Glow would be a really helpful way for me to keep people around and comfortable. Glacier, if you could shield and defend right this turn, rather than just weaken the enemy by 1, that would be significantly more impactful, because it would give us access to the glow. Defender, you probably want to roll defense, if I had to guess. There we go. I wonder if I even bother glowing here. Leaves the Brigand on full HP. Yeah, might as well. Sure, especially if they're going to be targeted next turn. Not that it matters, because the Trapper just nullifies the slate there. Lead boots. And 3 of a kind. Oh, baby. Lead boots cannot be rerolled. +1 to all sides. That on Glacier's not that bad. Brigand is also pretty happy to hold the lead boots. There's also 3 of a kind. Add triple to the rightmost side. Triple says ×3 if this has the same value as the 2 previously used dice this turn. So Disciple has a heal 2 in that position. So if I use a 2, then one of the heal 2s, the next charge from that double use heal 2 will give 6 HP instead. I'm going to take the 3 of a kind. I mean, that's pretty cool. I think it's neat. Quartz, quartz, and quartz. Oh boy. 2 of them attempting to do a large hit on turn 1 for 5 damage, inflict single use. Let's see, this could be a problem. I'm gonna take the shield defense side from my Disciple and push on everyone else right now. I wonder if the Disciple should settle for mana here. Protects us against a lot of the worst case scenarios, but Doesn't really advance any of our aims on board. Pushing again. Okay, she got the heal. I can deal 5 damage to a single target, so I can take one of them off of the board. Preventing inflict pain from being on my disciple seems like a pretty high priority to me. So, vulnerability, self-damage, self-shield, and then 2 damage takes out the corpse. We can then get Glacier to defend Brigand. Disciple can also heal them up. The Disciple can also heal themselves up. Actually heal up Glacier in anticipation of the incoming attack against them. Glacier's also weakened this round by 2, so Glacier literally cannot hit a space that actually does anything. So I just lock Glacier's die and just forget about it. 1 and then 4. Hang on. 1, 4. 1 and 4. That's enough to take out one of the corpses. Yeah, that'll do it. Absolutely. 1. 4 because of the vulnerability. I mean, yeah, I'll use a glow side to get the defender to fully heal and defend themselves here. It oughtn't matter. But better safe than sorry, I guess. I'm not really able to defend the Disciple much this turn. Thankfully, she did get some defense for herself there. By rolling into the ability to generate another glow. Glow has been so much of my defense right now. When you don't have to worry about glow on turn 1 not being able to heal characters, it becomes a lot more useful. And I know those things aren't directly related, but it makes me use it more often, is what I mean. Soldier, it's just some blank spaces. We've got a 3, a 3, a 2, a 2 in terms of damage, and then a 2 shield, 2 shield. Ugh. I mean, like, yeah, I guess you can have that technically, but do you want it? Bard has the ability to give us +2 mana on a single use, has a shield 2 charged side. We aren't very good at generating mana right now. We still have to upgrade the Brigand. The Disciple is not going to be able to prioritize mana at all points. We need HP a lot of the time. So we're not really going to get huge effects out of the shield 2 charged. We're not even going to get huge effects necessarily out of shield 1 to all allies. God, is it actually just Soldier for this one? I think it might be. Having a character that can just do 3 damage up front, just here it goes, send it out. That matters. It does. It's even better if you have one that can do 4, but I'll settle for what I have, not what I don't. Defender, I will have you settle, speaking of, for 2 defense here, keeping both of the targets currently alive. I don't really want everyone else on board to currently attempt to roll damage. I would actually prefer to improve my position on board if possible. Soldier. 3 damage is basically the best you do, though. So I could chill. Chill would be 5 damage flanking is what's coming in against us right now. So chill would prevent 4 incoming damage, 2 against the Glacier and 2 against the Trapper. Those targets are also going to be the targets that are most commonly hit in this fight because of the flanking strikes that the Slime Queen has access to. But if I hit the Slime Queen this turn with chill, I'm going to spawn a Slimer who will then have an action next turn and I suddenly have to deal with them. How often am I going to be able to deal 10 damage in single turn next turn to kill the Slimer outright? I'm not sure. Let's find out. Okay. Defender rolls the largest effect they can. You should take it. Disciple, I love when you heal people at this point, but I would really like you to have the possibility of tripling up on that heal. Can't ask for too much more than that, unfortunately. Oh my god, we did get vulnerability. Yeah, we can kill you. Okay. I mean, defend anyone. It doesn't matter at this point, because 1 burst and then 2 burst. There goes the Slime Queen. Now we just have I mean, we have excess mana to take into the next turn, as well as both of these Slimers not taking actions themselves. The Trapper rolling into kill an enemy with 4 or less HP is really important in fights like this, because the ability to kill the Slimer before they even summon the second Slimelet, they will summon a Slimelet when I get them past their 5th HP point. But if I skip dealing their second last HP to them by just killing them outright, it prevents the spawn of the Slimer, so it's really efficient in this fight if you can get it. Not that you should rely on it. That said, setting up vulnerability and then just having, like, 3 damage and 2... So 1, 3, 2... 1, 3, 2 is 6. That's just short of lethal against the character. So if the soldier rolled a damage, that would kill a Slimer. Just straight up moved from the board. Yeah, and you know what? I think that's just the right play here. I don't need to be Speed Lord. I just need to be safe. I still have Chill in my back pocket as well to just prevent the Slimer from doing too much for a round if I want to. And indeed I will. Three on the board! And the Slimer gets no damage out against us because we weakened them for 3 total cumulative over that turn. Goodbye Slimelets. And Slimer and the other Slimelet. There we are. Ooh, a spell! And in fact, it's only spells that are being offered to us here. We have the spell Hack, replace blank sides with 4 damage this turn. 4 damage is a very important number. It is an exceptionally important number. Spell Hex, kill an enemy with exactly 6 HP, ranged and single cast. That is situational. This is also situational, but 4 damage specifically matters so many times. It is enough to kill a Gnoll that has 1 armor and 3 HP under it. It's enough to kill a Bones, which is a commonly summoned enemy. It's enough to kill an Imp, which is also a commonly summoned enemy. It's enough to kill a zombie in a single hit. It is important. I think we take it. For precisely that reason. Still happy with all of the things as they are set? Yes, I am. Let's do it. They really want to kill that soldier. The ability to instantly delete a target from the board is very appealing to me. So, Glacier, you have one side with 2. Defender, you have one side with 2. Soldier, you have multiple sides with 2. I'm going to have the soldier just lock in at 2 attacks so I can guarantee that the disciple can chain up their heal. Because I feel that to be important. Okay. So, let's go for... I mean, the sniper and the bones are doing the same damage right now. So I should go for, like, maximum impact. No, but I have access to be able to kill the bones on any round that I want. So we'll do 2 damage to this bones. Actually, hang on. Do 2 damage to the imp. Then I'm going to heal the trapper for 2. And then the next is 6. Right? Because it's tripled. My previous 2 die that I used this turn were value 2, and now this one is 6. And then I'll use that to overheal the soldier. So that's why I wanted them to take damage in attacking the imp. Just get a little bit more value. Got a little... You need to squeeze every little iota of value you possibly can out of the fruit. The game is a fruit in this metaphor, importantly. I should have explained that at the start. Damn it. Alright. A fruit is the seed-bearing part of a tree that is That is the end of my definition of fruit. That is as far as I can go. It's sweet, I guess? Possibly. I don't know. Are there bitter fruits? Yes, certainly there's bitter fruits. But they're still, like, energy dense. They have a flesh. Anyhow, that's all aside. I have more about this game to explore at the moment. We haven't got many blank sides right now, so it's going to be difficult to consistently roll hack or glow. Those are often going to be responses to petrified spaces and things like that. I do want to get aggressive and take out enemies right now. The enemy that is least threatening is the imp, who has already taken the most damage, unfortunately, though. Obviously, we take the instant kill side. Okay, so I'm going to go for the instant kill on that bones, and then that spreads the damage to the bones directly above, who then dies and spreads the damage to the imp below, taking them out as well. I'm now going to defend the defender, who will also defend themselves. And we'll spend the final mana bursting the bones that would have otherwise targeted the trapper, saving us entirely. I mean, I could look. There we go. That's good enough. 3 damage, get him. Armorer and Knight are our 2 options for upgrading the defender. Armorer and Knight. So Knight is seldom going to have access to the pristine side. Pristine is ×2 in effect if you have full HP. And the Knight also has these 3 damage exert sides. 3 damage exert, yeah, it's better here where I can make the Knight do hack or, you know, the heal and defend. I mean, actually, it's a lot better in that instance specifically. Well, the armor has the +1 to damage and shield sides this turn from smithing. That's not particularly good with the soldier at all. If we had someone doing cantrip stuff, then the triple could actually be set up on the armorer's shield, and then we could have just like 3 shield on a character, as well as increasing their damage and defense die by 3 that turn. That could be really good and really interesting in some instances, I think. I mean, shielding to buff the vulnerable space and then doing extra damage via vulnerable is very nice. I like the access we have to empty spaces via exert and not even just that, but exert the blank space here. Do I care that much about my blank spaces as an end concept here for my defending character? Surely not. I take the armor roll. Yeah, I still don't use many 1s in a turn. It would have to be like a 1 from the Trapper and then a 1 from Glacier in order to set up for a triple on the Shieldsmith. I don't like that right now. We'll continue to assess it in the future as our die pips change. I'd love to snipe that sniper. Taste your own medicine. Okay, armor does have the ability to defend someone. Or smith someone. So we could smith the armorer, dealing 2 damage, as well as making this corpse vulnerable by 2, but then I would need to be able to do 1 damage in order to finish the corpse off. I could also just do 1 and then 4 from the combination of the armorer and soldier here in order to instantly take out the corpse. Yeah, that's actually good enough. Oh, I will take full mana for the rest of the round, absolutely. I'm going to chill one of the graves, preventing this. Well, actually, do I even want to prevent the summon of a bones? Probably not in this instance. They're going to be a really, really effective way for me to deal with the extra HP of those graves. I say extra HP, I mean the individually removed HP of those graves. The bones, of course, just as a quick reminder, dealing 1 damage in adjacent allies on each death. So the armor could even buff the shield and armor gain side there, which is really nice. Getting access to a lot of mana. That's actually the worst side the Trapper could have rolled. It does nothing this turn. The blank actually would have been better because I would have been able to use hack to make that do something. Oof. Okay, so if I just kill each of these bones, we're in a slightly worse position than we were before. Better in some ways, but we really should have just wanted to focus on one of those graves being taken out. There we go. The ability to remove the sniper. Ah, I don't have a 2 to set up for the disciple. Ugh, that hurts. Okay. Sniper go down. Armor defends the disciple, and then heals them up, and then it's got a 6 that I can't use. Extremely sad. And I continue to set up the bones for the possibility of a cascading death effect. I almost want to lock a blank just to have a hack. But you can also actually just roll into damage that is worthwhile as well, Trapper. That'll do it. Okay. Let's start out with 2 bursts on the top. Taking out both of those graves. Then I only have to save the Trapper on the top side. We have no damage. We have 1 grave with 1 HP left and 2 bones either side of it. I call that 1. And in fact, that'll confirm it. Updog and Anvil are offered to us here. Updog adds Updog to the top side, times 2 to the effect if you have more HP than the target. It's seldom the case for us. Ladder. Replace the middle side with the hero above's base side. Their base side, not anything after that, unfortunately. Huh. The disciple has to have the effect of origami and 3 of a kind here in order to have this placement. I could have, like, ladder legitimately take a good space because of the origami that we have. So if origami was instead on Trapper, then the middle space of the Trapper is blank, and then I can just replace that with 2 mana. Cool. Pretty cool. Another thing would be, like, the disciple possibly getting 4 block by throwing the 3 of kind away and then putting that there. I mean, I guess it should really depend on who I'm up against as to which of these I think is the best. In this fight, I think the extra 2 mana access will be good. And we can give the extra HP back to the disciple, who will also probably need it in this fight. Anvil! Hell yeah! Alright, what's the Anvil gonna offer us? We can swap this item, the spell Hack, which replaces blank sides again with 4 damage this turn. We haven't been able to use this yet, and it's going to be very difficult to use it outside of enemies giving me single-use sides and things like that in the future. I'm going to accept this. I'm going to split this into 2 random tier 3 items. We get Enduring. Keywords remain when the side is changed, if possible. That might be interesting here. And Pocket Phylactery adds pain to the 2 left sides, plus 6 max HP. Okay. Let's see what we can do about this. So, Enduring says, keywords remain when the side is changed, if possible. Let's remove all of our bonus extra effects from people right now so I can see what this is. So the middle side of the Trapper says shield 2 growth, but it would be swapped with the end. So, like, this doesn't have a keyword. And the side is changed. Like, I need someone who has a middle space with a keyword and then something in the end space that is worth swapping in. And unfortunately, I need to use the origami to swap, and I need to use the urn in order to add the enduring. So the idea is, like, if this is a side that says heal, double use, enduring, and it also says keywords remain when the side is changed, if possible, when this is moved somewhere else, this side is currently attempting to endure. Hang on. Keywords? I might not know what this means. Keywords remain when the side is changed, if possible. Okay, let's try a different tact here. So, Disciple. Heal 2, double use, enduring. Then, I'm going to use the ladder to turn that into... Yeah, okay, it does work like that. Heal 4, double use, enduring. I get to keep the double use modifier and then slot the shield 4 into it. You know who'd love to be able to take that? That would be the growth. Would be good for that. So actually, a 2-mana growth on Trapper. If I also had the ability to put origami on, I would also then be able to change things, but like... Sadly, that's just not the case for us. I can give Glacier the effect of origami and then also Pocket Phylactery, because I never want to roll the 1-mana pain sides on Glacier. That's just not my jam. I'm always looking for the other sides. Let's do it. I like this. It took me a while, but I wanted to get my head around those items. Those are going to be items that are really important in trying to theory craft combinations for the future as well. Disciple, I would sincerely prefer you roll healing this turn. Armor, if you could roll defense. Soldier, we are going to need people to throw damage directly at that fanatic, and you will have to be party to that. Incredible, we get the healing we're looking for here. I'm gonna push again. Don't like that. Let's heal up the Trapper a little, and then the Armorer a lottle. I could use Chill right now, but I'm kind of saving that for when the Spiker does 2 damage to all enemies, because that's just prevent 10 damage this turn for 2 mana. What I'm really looking for continually over the course of the series is what make those large swingy effects, right? How can I eke out all of the extra possible value from these things? Because if I won't need necessarily a ridiculous combination every game to carry me across the line if I am just so efficient with so many of my actions that the numbers just are on my side. I've dealt too much damage and saved too much of my own HP for the game to come out in any way other than a win for us. That's what I'm looking for. Consistency. That double heal is probably good enough to take at this point. I will also get the soldier to do the 3 damage. Possibility of taking out the fanatic before their round. 4 damage, possibly. Then a burst would finish it as well if I really wanted it to. That doesn't save the soldier, though. Okay. Let's go vulnerability on the fanatic. If I buff the soldier like that, I can then take the fanatic out in a single strike. Then I do have the ability to shield and defend you enough to keep you around, but boy, that was laborious. I almost wonder if it might have been a better idea to just let the soldier die. Three damage from the soldier, 3 damage from the armorer. I would really like to be able to heal the soldier before they do that, though. Interesting. I'm going to burst to defend the soldier. They deal 3 damage. Armor deals 3 damage. I can burst twice, and then the ranged strike takes the spiker out. Veteran? Really? That's what you're offering me? Oh my god. It's never getting across the plate. This is a profit. Profit. Heal 3, rescue. This side can be used again if it saves a hero. They also have Soothe. For 4 mana, heal 1 to all allies. I can use this on turn 1 and get a huge effect out of it. And regen. So it heals 1 at the end of each turn. If you just cast that enough times, the enemies can barely kill you anymore. Profit. Absolutely. We can get the 3 of the kind modifier back onto Armorer, although I don't cast that many things that are 1. Need to think about all these items again, unfortunately. So Prophet, you could just give Glacier your middle space, but that takes away their 2 mana gain, which prevents the ability to get heal 2 mana gain on turn 1. No, I want to maximize the amount of mana that I can gain because that is how I'm going to get the regen and that is how I'm going to stay alive in battles. While that's happening, I need to have concise effects against my enemies. Let's do that there. Emerald Shards. This is just the origami at this point. Damn it. I need origami to swap the endmost ones. But that's not what it do. I mean, heal for Vitality triple. If I ever got that off, it would be ridiculous. But I would need to go for, like, you know, the snipe and then the heal. Like, I have 2 spaces that can possibly trigger it. And then I would have to cast that. It's just, it's too much. It's too much to ask for. Boy. I could triple the damage of that attack after the growth effect or a heavy damage. Also, just after enough rescues in a turn. So heal 3 rescue is also very important. I will make clear this side can be used again if it saves a hero. All of my characters are coming in on half HP. They are more likely to be taking lethal on turn 1. The Prophet is going to be able to respond appropriately. Yeah, let's try this. Up against the Lich and the Bolts. Oh, Lich is currently doing the AoE. I would really like to prevent that. If at all possible. I could save both of them with the rescue space right now. I'd really like to as well. I'm gonna push my roll. I don't find the rescue space. But I do find some very useful spaces. Can't weaken the enemy either. I'm very scared of next turn because everyone's going to be weakened by one on my side. I kind of want to try and take someone out right now just to prevent this turn's worth of damage from them, but also probably next turn's worth of damage, because I'm probably not going to be able to respond appropriately while everyone on my team is weakened. Good defense. Prophet, if you rolled your rescue side, that would be great for us. Now, I just realized I pushed past the dodge action, which I should have kept. We're going to lose the trapper for having done that. That's a huge mistake. Yeah, Trapper should have locked the dodge that they had at the start because they were being targeted directly for lethal there. It's just going to be the most efficient way to save them. Prophet, if you would sincerely, please. Oh boy. Well. There's some things at least. There's the ability for the soldier to kill that bones on top. Can keep the soldier alive. Wait, hang on. Oh. Yeah, because this is 4 and the die itself was 4. So now if I manage to use it again, it would be 12. I think I need to hold on to my resources here because if I don't cast Soothe soon, I lose. And I lost one of my classes that can even do it. Okay. I'm going to armor up the Glacier so that it can defend for 2, defend for 2, defend for 2. Gonna heal the Prophet, Soothe, and then Burst to keep the armor alive. So now everyone is holding regen 1 on my board. Unfortunately, the Lich is also gradually petrifying all of my spaces. As well as summoning bones. I have to eke out all of the extra mana I possibly can. And I should also relatively split out the benefits of getting to max HP. Or rather, empty max HP so that I have things to actually regen on all these characters. I mean, that's your best side. You don't turn that down. Lich again decides to weaken our entire party, which again makes almost everyone on my board incapable of doing anything. They will also decide to weaken our entire party again this turn. 1 mana, that is enough to get a cast of a thing. So max HP is nice. Soldier, I mean, push, but I don't expect anything. Wow. There goes the armor up. The Prophet doesn't have the ability to revive people, so at this point, the only way I win this fight is by regenning so much and never having the enemy inflict me with more petrification past this point. The Prophet has literally they had it blanked. They couldn't roll it because it's blanked. That'll explain why they didn't roll it. If I had some cleanse now, though. We'd still kind of be fine if I had cleanse. Yeah, I just can't do enough damage to get myself out of the pit that we are currently in. We're still only regenerating, very slightly as well. We've only got 1 even mana gain space on the Prophet at this point. Gosh, I wish I had access to hack right now. Oh, buddy, it was spam. I can't believe I gave it up. What did I even give it up for? The pocket phylactery? The enduring space that we didn't get to use at all? I'm wounded. I'm just gonna stand here and watch the Lich kill me for the next half hour. It's okay, we might be able to cast regen next round, and you know what that means. Me neither. Some HP, some mana rather. Hey, and another mana. Love to see it. There we go, soothe across the party. Can I just slowly work my way through these enemies? Exceptionally slowly. 2 mana that turn, possible of a 1 mana this turn. I mean, especially considering we are weakened again. I mean, at least they're not summoning bones every single turn. Like, I would not be able to do anything about those, so I shouldn't be complaining about probably the best thing they're doing for me right now. Yeah, there we go. Again, just trying to set up targets such that when I kill bones, they kill bones as well. That soldier doesn't have enough max HP to survive that. So we're gonna have to use bursts and stuff. I'm gonna soothe. Then just burst the bones on the bottom line that was going to be killing the soldier. Everyone gets 4 HP at the end of the fight. The soldier has no spaces left. Oh god, if I lose all of my mana gain spaces, like, I literally cannot generate any damage. Why am I saving the soldier's life at this point? They can't do anything. My build. It was fun. We had origami. We did things. I mean, like, realistically at this point, I should just stop. Like, I am not going to be capable of killing the Lich. Could I set up a chain effect of enough bones that the Lich just dies to that? I don't think so. Summoning even more bones now. Further increasing the damage they have on the field. They could easily just focus a single target and take him out at this point. I'm gonna roll one more soothe. I'm gonna roll one more burst. And yeah, there goes the rest of the Prophet sides. Okay, so now we're working on the mana gain of exclusively the Glacier. this is far past not possible. This is now at the point of pulling teeth to even continue attempting. But, bright side, 2 of my characters are gonna die this turn. One of my characters is gonna die this turn. And that's okay, we don't stay alive long after that. If only I had the syringe to give us plus 15 now. Goodbye, cruel world. Such a promising start, instantly quashed by lack of hack. If just I kept access to that spell. Oh! We'll have to see what would have happened in a future episode, but for the moment, my name has been Rhapsody, the name of the game has been Slice and Dice. There is a series playlist up in the top left for all of my content on this game, past, present, future. Down below is YouTube's recommendation for what it thinks you should watch next, and stream past in the names of the people generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out above the thanks, and a special thanks this episode to Tristan. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time. That was really slow.